All right. There's a system out there called GEM, and it's mechanical realism, largely used for astrophysics. Come up with like lens steering and all that, which is frame dragging. They got big into it. They got big into using gravity as magnetism. Um, I don't know if they exactly defined it, um, but really it's really simple. Um, you got what we call electromagnetism, right? It's positive and negative protons and electrons, how it all interacts in the whole 9 yards, and everything we know is revolved around that. Everything we study, everything, and it sends out fields and everything else. And I've been trying to explain all that. This is all in GEM, and the scale conversion. So you got electrons and protons, and it's charge to mass or mass to charge, however you want to word it, right? There's the reason why the electron is so small and why it has to spin around inside the atom so fast, or unimaginably fast, to equal out that charge. That's something that, for some reason, people haven't caught on to. That's the cause of the electron and the way they move inside the atoms. I've been trying to scale up to do the galaxies to show how the math for the tiny and the big is really, pretty much the same thing. But when I found out about GEM, I looked into that a little bit, and that's what it was designed for, was the galactic spin and everything like that. So I'm going to look into that later. But understanding that charge equals mass. So what that means, when you got a positive and negative, you got to have some kind of pull. So when you use the positive and negative, you can have something to grab onto. But the problem with that is there's a flip side to that coin, and it's mass. So on an atomic scale, you don't notice it beyond the immediate contact. But the mass itself is another form of magnetism. And that's where we get mass attracts mass. But it's very weak, but it scales up. And that scaling up for those exact same particles, when you scale it up, you get what we study for gravity. All right, and it's a strict mass attracts mass, and you put that in the GM, and let's see what we can do with it. And I can turn around and still use that to study the whole fact that the electron has to move the way it does, why it has to move the way it does, and defining how it works in the atom, the whole 9 yards. I'm gonna have fun with this. We're gonna have a lot of fun. But I think the math somebody else already did. I'm gonna check more into it later for the galactic scale. I think they're already working on it. Hopefully, I mean that's what it was designed for, right? So let's see what they're doing with it. Like I said, the big issue is it's 100,000, 200,000 years away from the center of the core, and there is your problem with trying to calculate a galaxy. That massive time delay between the center and the outside. All right.